Hi. This week we're talking about the benefits of creating a master maintenance task list for your property. Now, this comes on the heels of a YouTube subscriber leaving a comment and he must have been a principal, a homeowner, who said, I feel like downsizing. This is all too much work. Um, it sounds like babysitting. It sounds like micromanaging, and it's not. And let me tell you why. Investment in a system or some type of communication that sets your household management system up for success is a really good investment. Now, if you don't know the mechanical equipment needs, if you don't know the frequency that those need to be managed and inspected, if you don't know what the housekeeping standards are, if you don't know what the homeowner's preferences are, if you don't understand the big overriding umbrella or this bubble of private service needs for a homeowner, how will you ever hire the right person? And even if you get the best intending private service professional on your team, how will they ever be successful if they don't know what needs to happen? Now, private service professionals have in general, a broad range of experience, but it takes everyone about 3 to 6 months to get in sync with what's happened at your property before they arrived, how to please you, the homeowner, how to get in sync with your existing staff, if that is the case, because at this point, they're managing people with more seniority than they have. There are multiple leaps of communication, of acknowledging what all this role really includes. And the very best thing that you can do, and you don't have to do it yourself, you can hire someone like me to do it, a luxury house management consultant to do it, is to create a database of all of the things that you need. And this is a very simple Excel spreadsheet. There are 5 columns of information. One is the item, so like HVAC, is it housekeeping, is it plants, whatever the category. Who's going to do that work? So whether it's staff or subcontracted labor, it doesn't matter. The frequency in which you want this task to be completed or what is required. So HVAC could be seasonally. Cleaning out the fireplace could be weekly during the winter months. Whatever those needs are, define them. How long does it actually take you to do this work? That's important. And then the original task that needs to be done. Maybe there's different tasks that need to happen weekly, but say like dusting the living room. But once a month, you want the library books dusted. You want the chandeliers dusted or whatever. Those need separate line items. When you build this database, and there could be several hundred uses or tasks that are included in this, you can sort this information by who's performing that work, so you can give them a master list of all the expectations. You can sort by the item or the category, which is the mechanical system or the kitchen appliances, or maybe the soft goods or the closets or whatever the organization is. You can sort by the frequency, so you can see the tasks that need to happen seasonally or weekly or daily. And you can also, if you sort by who's doing the work, you can decide if there's too many responsibilities or too many tasks on your selected staff members' plate. So if you're adding up all the minutes and they add up to more than 40 hours per week, know that that person is going to be required on a regular basis to perform overtime, or they're going to feel burned out. They're going to feel unsuccessful, and you're not going to get the service that you need from that staff member. They're going to look like they're failing because they're not getting to all of the things on the list. So that data tells you a lot of information. Is your staff member underperforming? Are you throwing them sideways by throwing them off of their maintenance schedule to do things that meet your immediate needs, like running errands for you, walking the dog, whatever, taking the trash out, whatever is not typically on their responsibility list, keeps them from doing the things that you've actually hired them to do. So I see this happening repeatedly, and I have been called out to do help people define job descriptions and help them set the next house manager up for success. But if we don't hand over a pretty distinct list of what the expectations are, I can almost guarantee you that that person is going to fail, or they're going to spend the first 6 months trying to figure this out for you. And that's a good thing to happen as long as the homeowner is aware that that's about how long it takes. And during that time, they're going to make some big mistakes. They're going to make some assumptions based on their past history at other properties. It may not necessarily get the homeowner needs met or their preferences. So again, in setting up this staff member for success, actually gets the homeowner what they want faster. So you can spend money on either end. You can spend money building the system with someone like me. You can spend your time to develop this database, or you can hire the estate manager to build out this information for you so that they can then turn around and manage everything on the property as you wish. It really is one of those things that gets overlooked almost 100% of the time, and then makes the estate manager feel like they're failing, that they're not succeeding, that they don't know what you want, they don't know the property really well. Systems are going to fail because something slips underneath the radar and they're just not aware that it even is a problem. And so if you're not giving them this information, you really are asking them to, by trial and error, figure it out for you. So my suggestion is to set everybody up from the start with a household management system, mine or someone else's. I can just tell you that I've started numerous roles without this, and it takes a long time to get on board. But by investing in this time to create this, you're going to know how many hours it's going to take to maintain your home. Therefore, you're going to know how many staff or subcontractors you're going to need to keep up with those responsibilities. You're going to know how much time is needed for each system. So if you're spending an exorbitant amount of time repairing old appliances, you might consider replacing them so that your staff member can be freed up to do other things. And the money is better invested in a newer appliance. You'll also be very on top of proactive maintenance scheduling, which in the long run prevents equipment failure. So these are win-win scenarios when you or someone you hire invest time to build these systems for you. I suggest starting with Trello.com, start with a free account and build out a system for yourself so that you can get everything out of your head about what you know about your own property, and you can share it with someone else as you build that system. It's probably the best and easiest, fastest way to get started, and it costs zero. So over and above that, if you want some help, let me know. That's what I do for a living. We also sell house manual templates that you can do this in the paper version if you don't like an online program. So that's what I have for you this week. Please reach out if I can help you in any way. We are Estate Management Systems, the Dear Billionaire podcast, private service support team, and the How to Manage a Mansion system. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for listening.